Hey, I thought maybe today we'd talk about the shop. We're in the room that I built into the shop upstairs here. Little, I don't know, what most people would call a man cave. I don't really like that phrase, but whatever. The shop has, been complete and in use now for well over a year, and there are some things that I would do different. Nothing major, but I think anybody who builds a shop or does a big project like this, they'll always look back and have that thing that, gosh, I wish I would have done this instead of that. And so I thought we'd do a little walkthrough of the shop and talk about those things. I've had a lot of questions about, because I posted links on the Garage Journal and had people reach out and ask me questions like this, and well, I think it's time to make a video that would address some of these things. So here is the room that I built into the shop. Remember, it's upstairs, so it's off the shop floor, and that way I didn't lose any of my floor space. It's just a nice little hangout. Spin around here. Got a TV up here and couches. I actually got this. I just have a window unit I put in here. I thought about putting an actual unit in here, but I don't know more than I use it. This is sufficient. The fan that's up here, when it was hot in the summer, I turned that air conditioner on and left that door open. I put that fan in the door to blow out into the shop, and it actually, that little unit makes a difference. As you can see, the whole shop is spray foamed, so it's not real thick. It was supposed to be an inch of spray foam. I've checked it in places. It ended up being a little less than an inch. I would have, if I had it to do over, one of the things I would do is probably make sure that was an inch, and maybe 2 inches, really. But honestly, it's not. It's hot in the summer because it's hot outside. The shop's not air conditioned, and I don't know, I may air condition it, but it seems to do just fine. My lights are hyper lights. They're LED lights. They're like 30,000 lumens, and I really like them. I mean, as you can see, they light up everything. It's not dim down there, so that's good. So the shop is 30 by 50. My walls are 14 foot high. That's a 12 by 12 door. Or maybe it's a 10 by 12. Anyway, it's 12 feet tall. Shoot. Now I don't remember. I feel like I need to measure it. The shop's got a lot of stuff in it. I got all the vehicles in here now because we've been having hail and storms, so I parked most everything in here. There's still some stuff outside, but this is a 30 by 50 shop. I would have made it 40 by 60 if I had it to do over, just because I mean, you can see how it's the shop's trying to do a lot of things. initially I was going to do a 4-post lift where you just come right in that door and drive right onto the lift. And if you do a 4-post lift, basically the 22 feet of length that lift is, or 20 or whatever, that's gone. That space is gone. I mean, that lift takes up all that space. With a 2-post lift, you can still drive through it, and when that truck's not in here, you still got a shop, you know, with quite a bit of space. But a bigger shop to accommodate a 4-post lift would have been nice. I guess I kind of wish I would have went that direction, and that only reason is because I know it sounds lazy, but it's one of the things you'll get tired of. It's getting on the floor and putting the lift arms in place, right in the right sweet spot, and going all the way around the vehicle, up and down, up and down. You gotta get down there 4 times, one at each place, and put it underneath there. And it annoys me. But well, listen to me bitching. I got a shop with a lift in it, you know. So my air compressor is outside. I built a little house for it. I didn't want it in here because they're big and I didn't want to hear it. It's a Quincy 2-stage air compressor, but still inside here it would have been loud. If I had it to do over, I would have had a little room built on the outside to accommodate the air compressor. Now, when it comes to electrical, I got plenty of outlets. They're all, you know, they're all along the ceiling up underneath the room here that's built into the shop. I got them all along the wall. So I got that right. There's outlets everywhere. You'll appreciate having outlets everywhere. You don't want to be over here and this is the only outlet you got to cover, you know, 15 feet. I mean, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. It may be overkill, but I just don't think you can have too many outlets. So I have this door on the side here, and I have this door on the end. Those were good decisions. I like the way that worked out. Stand back here, you get a inside look. I mean, really, I don't really have any regrets. I just have there's 2 things that I would have done differently, and that is I would have made it bigger, and I'll show you the other thing, and it has to do with the camper cover. So we'll go check it out. Now on the outside of the shop, I have this little porch that I had built. Glad I did that. Had that old water tank. I made a lid and put my pool chemicals outside the shop in that. You don't want, that's just another thing, if you're thinking about building a shop and you're like, I'll put my chemicals in there, you don't want to do that because they gas off, and next thing you know, you'll have a spot of your shop that's just rusting. So now I had this cover built over the that door, so like this truck, I generally park it up underneath there whenever the storms are coming. But the other thing that I did not get quite right was my camper cover. Now, the reason why was because at the time the shop was being built, I had a big toy hauler, and I sold it, and I didn't really know that I was going to replace it. I didn't really think about it. I didn't really care one way or the other, but I was like, you know, for good measure, I might get another camper. Let's build a camper cover off to the side of the shop, and if nothing else, I'll park vehicles under it. Well, I did end up buying another camper, and it fits underneath here. You know, it's there, it's covered. But the problem is I didn't make the camper cover wide enough to be able to open the slide outs up while the camper is underneath there. I mean, it's really close, but it's just too close. I mean, I need another, like, if there was another foot wider, I could probably do it, but it would still be close. So really, this cover should be another, I mean, just to give you some comfort and cushion and space and not have to cringe and watch everything, you should just make it 4 feet wider. It should just be so I think it's 12 feet now, so 16 feet. I don't know, just pick whatever number rounds off nicely and go with that. So that's the other thing. I'll show you the little house I built, since I didn't actually have it built into the shop. It'd been really nice if I would have done that. I need to stain it, but that's the house I built for my air compressor. This looks like an outhouse, which I think is funny. There's my windows for the room. And there's the side of the shop. So I think that really concludes it for me. Those are the things that I would change. The shop, I mean, it's been great. I use it all the time. You know, we got the RC car section over here. I got my TV in there. My son, you know, we'll get the RC cars out and play around. He'll sit out here and watch cartoons while I'm working on something. It's been a great space. It's been very useful. It's very nice to have a lift, I have to say. I'm 45 years old, you know, gonna be 46, getting older, get tired of crawling around on the ground, and that's just what you know, when you're younger and you're growing up, you know, you do what you work with what you got, and nobody's, you know, born with a lift generally, so you just get used to being on the ground. But then you get to a point where you're just tired of it, and just think of all the transmissions and things that you've taken out when you were without a lift, and just what a pain in the butt it was, you know. I mean, you did it because that's what you do, but now life's a lot easier. Yeah, so anyway, that's it.